Ladies and gentlemen, happy Valentine's. It is, of course, Friday, February 14, 2014. You're listening to FAWMtalk, the most professional live FAWM on the internet. And I'm Ianuarius, with me, as always, the hopeless romantic TC Elliott. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Everything is wonderful on this wonderful Valentine's Day.
Well, surprisingly, I'm doing super good, too. I just had 11 hours sleep, woke up about noonish, well, a little after 12 o'clock. I'm super just mixed up about all this casting nonsense.
Well, together we averaged about right, because I had about 5 or 6 hours of sleep. So we're right on.
Oh man.
So it's about perfect.
Yeah, just about. And we've had a little bit of problems, but of course today we're not going to have any problems. Everything is going to go just perfectly.
None whatsoever.
Yes. Let's go to a song. We got Miss Songstress here, and it's playing us a little something called Falling Out of Love Songs.
I've been thinking about what to say, been feeling really scatterbrained, and hello darling falls a little short, and a lot of strange, and I can't look you in the eye, your shoes don't give one kind reply, I swear to God and Hank, I'm so lonesome I could cry. Like teardrops falling in the rain, so many old cliches, but just losing touch like old, falling out of love songs. You coming from your cigarette, you smell like cloves and sweet regret, and now I know I'm going under. I still ain't over you yet, so forgive me this awkward stuff. It seems that I'm not good enough, so tell me, why do fools fall in love? Like teardrops falling in the rain, so many old cliches, but just losing touch like old, falling out of love songs, falling out of love songs. Hey! Like teardrops falling in the rain, so many old cliches, but just losing touch like old fools, just losing touch like old fools, just losing touch like old, falling out of love songs, falling out of love songs, falling out of love songs, falling out of love.
There you have it, folks. Falling Out of Love Songs, or as she so well puts it, Fools, by Miss Songstress.
That's a good song.
Yeah, really fun.
What a great song for Valentine's.
Absolutely. Or as some people call it, the Singles Awareness Day.
Yeah, right. Exactly. That's awesome.
It's also has a wonderful acronym, but let's not dwell on there. I really like the idea of Valentine's Day, but we don't really have that in Finland. We have what do you call it, like Friends Day, Wednesday. But I like the idea of like sort of a romantic day, because I too am a hopeless romantic. And incidentally, my girlfriend just went to visit her parents, so I'm just spending the day alone, which is excellent.
Great timing.
Yeah.
It works out wonderfully. So, yeah, Valentine's Day is pretty cool around here, but there's a lot of people who, like you said, it's can be fairly brutal. So,
yeah, I don't know. I think Finland is. I don't know if we still are at the top of the like national or what do you call it? Like the worldwide suicide statistics. But, at one point, Finland was like at the top of the list, just everyone killing themselves. So that's a fun thought for you. But yeah, Valentine's Day can be rough. I understand in New Year's Eve people really like to off themselves. So let's keep talking about this. What have you heard?
yeah. What have I heard about what?
Well, like, have your friends been killing themselves?
Not lately.
Okay. Well, that's good to hear.
No, we're all fun times and happiness and nothing but joy around here. But with the States, it's so huge that if you have a pocket that's terrible and a pocket that's really good, it tends to average out. So
Yeah,
I mean, it's just such a huge place that you can get away from sad people, or you can go and join them. Whatever you want to do.
Finland's one of those weird pockets. Like we have 3 months of nothing but light and joy and partying around, drinking, all of that good stuff, and then we have 3 months of just complete darkness, and that's the time when people tend to feel like there's just no hope.
I could see that going into complete darkness for an extended period of time.
Yeah, it's weird. Like I've lived with that my whole life, but of course, other people coming to Finland, it might come as a bit of a shock. Like when you spend December here, it's really at some parts of the country, like southern parts of the country, you get that 2 hours of daylight, and if you haven't spent it above the what do we call the polar circle, then it's just the sun just doesn't rise at all. So that's wonderful.
Right, I guess. And you're in the northern part of Finland, correct?
Yes, but not quite that north. I was born there, yes, and I lived till I was 19. I lived there, but then I moved to a little further south, and now we don't really get those days here. But then again, I always spend the Christmas time with my family up north.
Right, so you get to see it anyway. Well, where you're from kind of explains your dark humor and tendencies to dark music.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Airbag
Not
tester
really.
calls the Valentine's Day around here might as well be called "Don't even try to make a reservation at a restaurant day." That makes sense.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Yep. Here too.
Let's listen to something romantic like. Rebels Go to Jail by Sam Sorrow. It's a wonderful, cheery song.
Priceless stare penetrated my brain. Squint her eyes and she said it again. I know your type, I know what you are. I know what you do at night in that bar. You think you're a rebel up against that rail. Rebels to jail. She said, rebel, go to jail. So I stifled a little laugh, 'cause I really didn't want to fail math, which I suppose proved right there that I did care, and that I wasn't much of a rebel. Not much of a rebel. I know your type, and I know what you are. I know what you do at night at that bar. And I know your type, and I know what you are. And I know what you do at that Rebels Build jail. Rebels Build jail. Rebels Build jail.
Rebels Go to Jail by Sam Sorrow. Wonderful romantic song. How do you like that?
I did like that. It's a nice, relaxed, easy feel.
It's got that sort of a moody voice, and I like that type of vocals. I call that vocals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the vocals there too.
Really simple rhythmic stuff with the guitar that really makes you like energized. Then again, the words are about rebels. I don't know. Rebels. Well, I guess it's a bigger deal in America with those rebels. We don't really have any sort of rebels here in Finland. Yeah, all I know about rebels are like when I watch Star Wars, but yeah, we're all just happy peanuts here, and we don't really feel the need to complain about anything.
Yeah, I think in the States, I haven't really thought about it, but it's got a bigger connotation here. It's really, especially in the South, it's got both a good and a bad aspect to it. It's kind of romanticized, I guess, in the States a lot more than I would guess it would be other places. I hadn't thought about it before. So.
Yeah, of course, there's always the concept of doing things differently and wanting to change things that aren't like you'd hope they are. That's one of the things that always pisses me off, is when things don't go my way. But then again, people here, I don't think they care enough to really like go up in arms and try and change stuff. They just complain silently in their own houses, and that's how it goes. I guess it's too cold to complain here.
It's too cold to do anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny. It's not funny, but it is funny.
Yeah, well, it's actually not that cold. It's still around the 0 here, and it's been really, really warm winter. Considering.
Oh yeah, we were talking the other day about how it was colder here than it was where you were at.
Yeah.
We actually warmed up a last day or two, so it's just in time for Valentine's Day to have a nice warm day where we can take our sweeties out if we need to.
Out to a picnic.
Yeah, not quite, but we're not quite to 0 yet Celsius, so we're almost there.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's not exactly picnic weather here either, but
yeah.
No, I don't know if you want to picnic in snow. It's always a wonderful idea.
Yeah.
I don't know what people do in Friends Day in Finland. Because we used to. I know that kids. I watched a lot of Simpsons, so I know kids give Valentine's Day cards in schools, like to all the kids that they happen to consider friends or whatever. But when you get older, it's more like a romantic thing there. But in Finland, I don't think it really changes that much. When you're older, you just don't really care about or the Friends Day, as it's literal here.
Yeah, the grade school, they make box. You're supposed to make a Valentine's Day box, usually out of a shoebox or a small box like that, where you decorate it yourself.
Mm.
You take it in. But when I was between the time I was in grade school, which has been a number of years ago, and now, and it's been going on for a while, if you bring Valentine, generally you have to bring enough for everybody in the class. It's not just for friends. So it's no longer a popularity contest. It's a share with everybody contest.
Yeah.
So.
No, that's always fun.
Yeah. Well, it's an excuse for the kids to have a party. I've got a couple of nieces that had their parties. I think they had them yesterday afternoon.
Oh.
And took their stuff in. Maybe it's today. I'm not sure. But it was a big deal decorating their boxes and getting everything set up. And when you're 8 or 9 or 10 and going 6 and 7, it's a bigger deal, I guess, than when you're a little older.
Yeah, but they don't get their day off. It's not one of those holidays.
No, it's not at all. It's just a day that they'll have a little, probably an hour or party in each classroom where they can share sweets or whatever. They exchange their Valentines. And usually the parents come in and help, or a couple of parents will come in and help set up and have a game or something like that. So it's not a holiday in the sense that you think a holiday is. It's just one of those days. Here in the States, we have a holiday almost every day. Every day something. Valentine's Day and President's Day, they're a little bit more, weighty, but it's still not one of the 7 big ones. So.
Yeah, we don't really have that many of them. We don't even have Thanksgiving. Of course, we don't have Thanksgiving, but that's such a big deal in the States that
I can't believe that Finland does not celebrate Thanksgiving with the Native Americans. I just don't understand why that does not take place.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, the thing is, it's such a huge deal in the States, and each time we watch all these shows that come from the States, what I grew up with, the big ones were like Friends, and they always have the Thanksgiving episodes. And as a kid, I remember thinking well, what's that? What's that all about? Why don't we have that? And it's a weird concept, like having your special holiday. You get a day off and do this huge party. And then others just don't have it. They're like, well, we want a party too.
Yeah, Thanksgiving's really, and parties not, family-wise, party's really not the right word. You just get together and have a huge meal, and you get your family together, and then usually in the States, with the way our families are, usually somebody will say something inappropriate, or you'll have a fight, and then you go on about your merry way. But really, it's an idea. I hate to be cynical, but really it's just an idea for family to get together, and it's a day to be thankful. But it's really turned in, especially in the last 4 or 5 years, into, or even longer than that. But after we eat the last 2 years, all the stores, not all the stores, but some of the big stores have their sales on Friday, or what we call Black Friday, which is the big sales day for Christmas. It kind of kicks off the Christmas buying season.
Yes.
And they've started doing that on Thanksgiving afternoon or evening, where they start at 7 o'clock or what have you the last couple of years. And that's a big media conversation and Facebook conversation where everybody is arguing one side or the other about whether they should allow stores to be open on Thanksgiving Day for people to go shopping instead of being with their family. So
yeah, we have
it's turning more into a reason to go buy things, I think.
We just recently acquired the Black Friday idea here in Finland too. I don't remember seeing that 5 or 10 years ago. So it's really a recent invention here. And Finland's always been quoted the most American country in the world. We're a bunch of wannabes here. So and the other thing that really puts me off is the idea of Halloween. We have the our own version of that, like the Day of the Hallowed, and we just it's a day when you it's a very grave day when you bring candles to the graves of your loved ones, and it's just silence and darkness in the middle of the winter, or not really at the middle. But you know what I mean. It's a very gloomy day and very like grave and sort of sacred day here. And now people are like trying to bring Halloween here, and all the costumes and candy and what have you. It's been like that for about 5 years now. Like I said with Black Friday, I can't remember seeing Halloween being that big of a deal like 10 years ago. But now it's starting to gain some weight to it, and people are going crazy about Halloween in Finland. It's a little bit off-putting.
Yeah, and here, I mean, Halloween is really just, an excuse for the kids to go get candy. So, I mean, it's crazy, but it's lost all the original meaning is completely gone, but it's been completely commercialized. So, it's just a bad teeth day, really, is all it is for us.
Oh yeah, bad. Well, let's contemplate on that. Let's listen to some music here. We'll get this one's called 4 Zeros by Swan and 3 Flu. Swan and 3 Flu. Well, I guess if you have a brain, it's called swine flu. So here you go, 4 Zeros. Zeros by Swine Flu. Let's call him Swine Flu. Really, really excellent song with the sweet guitar, sweet that sort of drum beat, and excellent layered vocals, giving that wonderful feel to that song.
Yeah, I love the sound of that. That was really good.
Well, speaking of Valentine's Day, what are your plans for Valentine's Day?
I've got the saddest Valentine's Day ever. Well, it's not really, but
it's not the saddest.
No, it's not. But it's not as happy. My vehicle is broken, and so we have to come up with a bunch of money to fix my vehicle so I can get to work every day. And so I've been without a vehicle and have very few plans and hardly anything planned, where usually I always have something for my wife. And so I've got to scramble today and figure out what I'm going to do. It's also my niece's birthday, so tonight we'll be going out to eat with our with my sister-in-law and her family. So that's our plans in the evening, which is kind of usual for us on Valentine's Day, that we normally do that. Our two families get together, and whoever's birthday it is, whether it's the adults or the kids, they get to pick where they get to go out to eat that day. And we go to a restaurant instead of staying home.
Yeah.
And so typically, JC's birthday, so typically we go to where she wants. She wants to go to the Mongolian Grill, so that's where we're going to go.
Oh, that's fun.
That's our big plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. So.
We keep
But that's
calling
what we're doing.
Your vehicle. What do you mean by vehicle? I usually it seems like people call them their vehicles cars, but what are you using? Like a moped, camel, motorboat?
Yeah, that's exactly right. No, I've got a Chevy S10. It's a little small pickup crew cab that is not operable at the moment. Well, actually, it is operable, but I can't use it until I go and give them a whole bunch of money. So, so joy, happy, fun.
Yeah. Well, that's what you get.
Yeah.
Luckily, I don't have a car. I'm always using the public transportations here, but of course, in many places you don't have that option.
Yeah, we're big enough. We do have public transportation, but it doesn't. We're spread out enough that it's mainly in town, like the main parts of town. Yeah. And there is a bus stop not far from here. But in order to get to work on time, I would have to hire a taxi cab to get there. The buses don't run that way that early, and it would be, even if they did, it would be a pretty long transfer to get there because you have to go through town and then back out of town.
Yeah.
So I'm only about 13 miles away from work, but it's a little hard to get there. It's a little longer and more time consuming the other way. So
yeah, well, it's certainly to deal with Finland too, because Finland is it's the size of, I think, New Mexico, and we have like 5.5 million people here. so yeah. huge spread, and of course the very northern parts of Finland aren't that populated either. And I actually was born in a very small village. I guess you could call it a village, like with 5,000 people or so. And the Jesus, I'm blacking out here. See, those distances in those places are just ridiculous. Like you can't. The closest city was 100 kilometers away, and it's
nice.
It's if you need to buy something, you need to go there because the local stores, they basically just stack potatoes. So you need to have a car there. There's no public transportation whatsoever, because who's going to build a public transportation network for like 5,000 people? It's insane.
Right. Exactly.
So if you move there, you need to have a car. But luckily I don't need one here, because that just it's a money pit.
It can be. I've been really lucky with my vehicle, so I shouldn't be complaining about it too much. But it's still better than a car payment. It's a paid-off vehicle, so I shouldn't be complaining. But I'm going to anyway.
Okay, I think we're about done for the week. It's time to start the weekend, kick off the weekend here, and I'm gonna go off with a bang. Because this guy is one of my absolute favorites during FAWM, and I really shouldn't be playing favorites here because I'm hosting a show. But this guy, I just since I first heard him, I've just absolutely adored everything he does. It's Phil Norman, and this song is his Valentine's Day song. He always does these Valentine's Day songs, and this year's not an exception. Just a wonderful song called "I Still Do," and we're gonna be listening to that in a moment. Guess we're done for the week, huh? How do you feel?
Yeah, I'm happy for a break, but it's been fun doing the shows.
Yeah.
Well worth getting up, a little bit extra early, but everything's good. Enjoying the music.
Yeah. So, until next week, people, write some great songs, and here you go. Phil Norman, I Still Do.
Every day of our busy life, things get in the way. You can get that look in your eyes, and I can get far away. But at the end of the day, we crawl into bed, you next to me, next to you, and life gets simple again. I belong with you. Every time you smile at me, I come alive, and I'm reminded how lucky I am that you would be my wife. So I want you to know the best thing I have is you promised me, promised you. Would you marry me all over again? 'Cause I still do. Would you marry me all over again? 'Cause I still do.